11.2. So that's a little bit excessive.
G'day everybody, my name's Adam Gray. Welcome to Race Day Media, the channel that brings you all the latest and greatest action from Queensland's grassroots level motorsports. On today's episode of the Cars of IPRA, we've got a special double feature. We've got David Waldon's two cars that he alternates driving between. Of course, the Mazda RX8 runs the 13B peripheral port well past 11,000 RPM. The Motec ECU and the Holinger gearbox. Quickest gear changes known to man, and the Mazda RX3. The 13B Bridgeport, Modena gearbox and Motec ECU. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to hear that thing rev itself off. Sit back, relax, really hope you enjoy this one. I know the Rotary guys will definitely enjoy this one. I hope everyone else does too.
My father was concerned when I was a young fella about driving a car on the road, so he made me join a car club. Used to compete, it was a Bullet car club, and the ironic thing was that there was a Mazda car club and we used to hate them. And it was always these bloody noisy Rotaries against Matthew Clift, Morgan Park Performance. Did a deal with me. He was moving up to Warwick, so I wired up his shed and his house, and he leased me a car in return for payment for 2 years, and that was a 4-door Mazda RX3. So that's what started me in Rotaries, and it was awesome. I used to just turn up there with a helmet, and where's my car? And Matthew, he's one of the best blokes you'd ever meet, one of the hardest workers. Sleep is overrated, according to him. There was many a time the car would be broke on Saturday night, irreparable for the next day, and I'd come out the next morning to pack my stuff up, and here was my car ready to race. Well, after 2007, I didn't get out of it. I bought a coupe off Simon Odell Fontana, and then started from there. I just got the bug with the Rotaries. So that was good, and Matthew being up at Warwick, it was a bit too far, and Simon's a real guru on the Rotaries, so engine building and technical and stuff like that, and he's not far from me, so it's really handy to have somebody with some good race knowledge to help you out in times of need. No, I've never really left the Rotors. Once I started with Matthew in 2006, I've basically gone from there to now in Rotors. And having Simon as a mechanical expert on the Rotaries, it's just made my racing a lot easier because there's somebody with knowledge, and the Rotaries are great to drive. They're just endless amounts of power, and they're just rev and just they're not heavy and make a fantastic sound. There's nothing. It's very hard to explain to drive a Rotary unless you drive one, because it's a piston motor. There's a certain band of power, and it runs out of power at the top once it hits on top of the cam. And the Rotaries just keep going. It's just like having an electric motor in the engine bay, and they'll just keep spinning and spinning and spinning until you change gears. Well, the RX8 was just a later model car which nobody had, and that was the thing. I'm not a real fan of the RX7s being more of a sports car, where the RX8, even though it's a sports car, it's a 4-door sedan. And I crunched the numbers, and I knew it was going to be heavy. And I was misguided a little bit by horsepower numbers that were given in New Zealand to what I could get out of peripheral port, and it's nowhere near the numbers that we make over here. So the power to weight ratio is a little bit less, but by mathematics it sounded like it was going to be a good combination. What you lose a little bit in power out of corners, you make up in cornering and braking, which it certainly does. At corners it's fantastic to drive, but just the worst part of it is just coming out of slow corners. It just hasn't got the horsepower to pull it out of slow corners. The long sweeping corners, once you get up to speed, there's nothing better that I've found on the track. As I was saying, 2016, doing a few select events, going to Bathurst and Phillip Island. It's good getting away with Jackie, and we just get in the van and travel and stay places and restaurants and have a really good weekend. So that makes it really enjoyable for me. And if the car doesn't break, it's a bonus. If it breaks, I don't care, because I still have a good time.